Hi, everyone. Welcome to another night of the JSBL. It's Dan Yuzerski alongside Alec Crowdhamel. And Alec, we got a good matchup between Seaview Jeep and Intern Helpers, who are still looking for their first win. They're 0-2, and Seaview Jeep lost big to Ortho and J, or Stearns Trailer, excuse me, the other night. But a bunch of different guys. Xander Rice playing for the first time this year, as Liba and O'Garo are ready to tip it off. The starting five is Ryan Mabry, Tyrone O'Garo, Roy Mabry, Xander Rice, and then Elijah Barnes. And then for Intern Helpers, Elijah Perkins, Kieran Sheard, Alex Liba, Devin Reddick, or Taheen Braswell, and Amir Britt are the five for Intern. Intern in the yellow and black, looking like the Indiana Pacers, and Seaview Jeep in the red and black. As we have a little bit of a delay before the tip. O'Garo and Liba to jump for it. And still no tip. I believe we're waiting on no. I don't know what we're quite waiting on. And away we go. That one tipped all the way out of bounds, and it will start with Seaview Jeep. With 9:57 to play. Here's Xander Rice, coming off an incredible season at Monmouth. Had so many great moments. He feeds to Ryan Mabry, whose first shot is up and good, and that gets us started tonight.
Yeah, it's a great job of just moving in rhythm, kind of in transition on the three, just off the wing, and looks good, and we're off to a good start here.
Here's Kieran Sheard trying to answer back, and he couldn't quite do it. Rebound got tipped into the hands of Rice, then stolen by Amir Brittany, lays it up and in.
Great job. Tenacity on the offensive glass just to get that one and put it in.
Here is Tyrone O'Garo, and he fires and couldn't quite hit. Here is Elijah Perkins cutting in and lost it. And here's Xander Rice. Does he dunk it? We'll see. No, he's going to lay it in.
That's a great job with the hands by Xander Rice. Came home to play for his dad, King Rice, at Monmouth this year. And just quick hands to poke it away and get the easy layup.
He was so good. Getting to watch him every night as Britt misses the shot, rebounded by Elijah Barnes, and he gives it to Mabry. Rice has it, launches, and couldn't quite hit. Braswell controls the board. Perkins for three, no good. Rebound by Braswell, who struggled shooting outside in these first two games. Here's Britt. Nice feed to Perkins. Mid-range from the foul line is pure, and it's 5-4.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how much of the more inside-out game we see play tonight. That one a nice mid-range jumper.
Here's Tyrone O'Garo. Gives to Barnes. And then a steal. Here comes Perkins down the lane and a slam.
We were just talking about Xander Rice with the quick hands. That one got around on the spin and just poked it away, and that's another fast break dunk.
Here's Xander Rice. Feeds to Ryan Mabry. Gets it into O'Garo. Here's Ryan. Up top, a three from Elijah Barnes. Too short off the front of the rim. Here comes Kieran Sheard. Sheard dumping it down low for Liba. Good hands inside by Barnes. O'Garo to feed to Rice in the corner, driving along the baseline. Up top, a kick out for a three from Mabry doesn't go. Roy missing on that shot, and the rebound into the hands of Britt, and then Mabry almost tipped it up and into the net. And here comes Seaview Jeep the other way. Ryan Mabry lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice job using the pivot foot just to get downhill, and good first step to get to the hole.
Here's Britt. Along the baseline, firing a shot up, no good. Rebound, Liba tipped it to Xander Rice. 7-6, 3 minutes in. Here is Xander Rice launching, and shot went halfway down, rolled around the rim, and then rimmed out. Here's Perkins. Elijah feeds to Taheen Braswell, who pulls a three, and money on that one. Braswell has struggled from shooting the ball from downtown, but 1 for 1 tonight. Ryan Mabry feeds to his older brother, Roy. Roy driving, kick out. Jay got it. Nice offense there from Roy Mabry, and we're tied at 9.
Yeah, it's just a nice job working around the screen, and the smooth turnaround mid-range jumper gets it to fall.
Here's Elijah Perkins. Feeds to the wing for Britt. Braswell has it, pulling, no good. Rebound comes to him. He's going to drive it, and we'll pass out to Sheard. Sheard, long pass to Braswell. Corner three, no good. Rebound. Britt had it for a second, lost it to Mabry. Here's Roy Mabry feeding inside to his brother Ryan. Kick out for an Elijah Barnes. Dribble three, too short.
Yeah, sometimes you get a little bit too much time, hesitated on the jumper and missed it.
Here's Liba missing the shot. And the possession will remain with Intern helpers. Braswell to inbound. Here's Elijah Perkins in the corner. Feeds. A Britt three. That grazed the side of the net and went out of bounds. With 5:25 to play.
Yeah, it seems like these teams are still trying to get into a rhythm offensively. We've seen a lot of perimeter shots. They just haven't been able to fall yet. A lot of them have been close. Like that one shot a couple minutes ago by Xander Rice that was halfway down. But just trying to get a little bit more into a rhythm, especially with the jumpers.
That is right, and here is Ryan Mabry. Feeds to Xander Rice, who has it at the top of the key. Rice driving, mid-range, too short, and that one got tipped out by Seaview Jeep. Alahan Demir and CJ Ruoff now in for the Jeep. Here's Elijah Perkins. Gets a screen and a pick and pop is good. Bank open. And Elijah Perkins has been great to start for this Intern Helpers team. Here's Alahan Demir kicking to the corner. Ruoff a three. Couldn't get it. That one tipped all the way out of bounds by Sheard, and a smile from him afterwards. As we hit our first media timeout of the night. Intern Helpers with the early advantage over Seaview Jeep. They lead 12-9. Welcome back to the JSBL. Don't forget for rosters, results, and schedule. You can follow the JSBL on the official website, JSBL Hoops, and the Instagram and Twitter at JSBL Hoops. As here's a three for Ryan Mabry, no good. Rice gets the long rebound, kicks it to the corner for Ruoff, who feeds it back to Xander Rice. Taking a long three and making a long three is Xander Rice.
There was tight defense on Rice, but he just did not feel it at all. Even when he was waiting to take the jumper, he just rose and sunk it with confidence.
That's what he became known for in his 5th year at Monmouth and in his previous 4 at Bucknell. As he gets the rebound off the missed shot here. Double team now, he gets it into Demir. And Demir's floater off the paint or off the backboard is good, and Seaview back on top. Here's a feed to the corner from Sheard. Britt slicing and dicing into the lane and couldn't quite finish. But that one off of Seaview Jeep. Braswell will inbound for the Intern helpers. Long pass out to Sheard. He's going to fire a 3 and miss it. And Demir coming in for the rebounds. Here's Xander Rice. Has a little bit of space. Guarded by Braswell. Kicks to the corner for Ryan Mabry. No good. On the 3. Here's Kieran Sheard. A little bit too hot and couldn't connect with the cutting Britt.
Yeah, it looked like he decided to make that pass just a little bit too late. Luckily for him, it was deflected out of bounds. But that time, just a half second late seeing the cutter, but they retained possession.
Thomas Menegas checks in for the Intern helpers. And then for Seaview Jeepas, there's a 3 from Perkins. Number 32, James Butler in for Seaview Jeepas. Xander Rice answers right back with a 3. Tough shot there.
He just looks so comfortable operating on the perimeter.
That's his game, and there's a travel on the other end. Rice so comfortable, and you could just see it in his game when he has it at nights. When he can really start getting shots to fall down, he's so dangerous. Had a game against Campbell in his 5th year at Monmouth where he scored 37, including a buzzer beater that was all over social media. Nice pass here to Butler, and then he sets a screen for Mabry. Here's a 3 for Alahan Demir, and he stepped into it and missed. Butler the rebound. Here's Ryan Mabry. Finds Ruoff in the corner. Good cover by Perkins. Ruoff on the drive. No good. Demir had to get it up and couldn't. Good defense by the Intern helpers.
Yeah, really good recovery, especially on the perimeter and down low. Just didn't allow any open lanes, and if they did somehow find an opening, it was shut off quickly. Just really good defense for 24 seconds.
A lot easier to play defense for 24 seconds compared to the 30 that a lot of the guys in college are doing at the moment. As here's Kieran Sheard. Gets a screen from Menegas. And a wild pass ends up in the hands of Perkins. Here's Menegas, who missed a layup. Tyron O'Garo crosses midcourt with it. Driving along the baseline. Lost it, or maybe even tried to pass it, but it ended in the hands of Taheen Braswell, and here comes Sheard the other way with it. Sheard tried to feed it inside for Justin Serrano and couldn't connect. Good hands inside by Seaview Jeep.
Yeah, Kieran Sheard's a JSBL veteran here, but he's getting a little bit too fancy with some of these passes and dribble moves early on.
Something you kind of see in a Pro-Am league is that kind of play style, as Menegas couldn't hit the 3. Here's Xander Rice having a good start to this one early. Rice slices, step back 3. Ho, ho, ho! Xander Rice, how do you do? Step back 3.
And he is absolutely feeling himself on the perimeter right now. I don't think anyone could stop him out there.
He's been absolutely great, and then a turnover by the Intern helpers. Or an inadvertent whistle. They thought head coach Terry Hicks called a timeout. He didn't. As Perkins driving and was stripped of the ball, will stay with Intern. 14 to shoot. Sheard gets it to Serrano, who sets a screen. A mystery from Serrano ends up in the hands of Braswell. He couldn't hit. Tries a three after he gets his own rebound, and that one misses as well. And here comes Xander Rice again. Had a good start to this one. He drives to the rim. Nice pass and feed into Alahan Demir. Xander Rice doing it at all ends of the floor in quarter number 1.
And that was as tight of a passing hole as passing lanes get. Great job to just find the cutter.
Here's Braswell. Mid-range, no good. Rebound by Demir. And here comes Seaview Jeep the other way. Ruoff, Rice, three. Left it a little bit too short. Demir the rebound, no good. O'Gara fighting for it. Demir gets it again, and his putback's good. And they have one more chance at the end of the quarter, and that won't go. 24-15, Seaview Jeep off to a strong start on the offensive and defensive ends of the floor. We'll be back with the start of quarter number 2 right after this. Welcome back to the start of quarter number 2. Dan Uzerski, Alec Crownhamel. As this one's a good one to start. The intern helpers struggling on the offensive end of the floor. We've seen that a little bit when some teams don't have their guys and they're missing Isaac Hester, who's been their leading scorer throughout the first 2. And they've struggled a little bit through this first, as there's a mid-range from Liba. Well, that was Devon read it, he couldn't get it to go. Here's Roy Mabry. No Rice on the floor right now for Seaview Jeep as Mabry left it short on the 3. Here's Perkins. Perkins from downtown, air ball. Perkins had 10 of the 15 points in the first quarter. Here's a feed inside, Barnes slipping and couldn't get the shot to go, but has 2 at the charity stripe.
It's a nice setup by Mabry, kind of freezing the defender with the pump fake, and then got him in an advantageous position to help set up the free throws.
Next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the Lomuro Law JSPL will host its first ever midseason tournament, the Artstock Royal Rumble, honoring the JSPL's legendary coaches and owners. Triple headers on Tuesday and Wednesday, 6:45 start time for the first game, and the consolation and championship on Thursday. That should be fun. Now, I won't be here. I'll be in Aruba, but you're going to have a fun call on that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm very excited.
As Barnes goes 2 for 2 at the line. Here's the 3 for Sheard, and he gets it to go. And the lead's been cut to 8. Here's O'Gara driving in and traveled. It'll go back to the intern helpers, down 8. Perkins checks out, and he was their leading scorer and was efficient as well, was 4 or 5 in that first quarter. Let's see how they handle it on the floor. Braswell, top of the key 3, left it short again. Here's O'Gara slicing through, laying it up and in. O'Gara has that urge to drive, and it's worked so far. As lead back to 10. Sheard thought about the 3, gets a screen. Step back, Jay. Long one, and didn't get it to go. O'Garo soars in for the rebound. Here's O'Garo. Feeds to Demir. Slicing in, and he also traveled. It'll be intern helper's ball, and Braswell will inbound.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of took exception to that call, trying to demonstrate to the official what he was trying to do with the drop step, but the official did not agree, obviously, and now intern helpers have the ball back.
I tell you what, if the players got to ref the games, they wouldn't call any travels, as that one was swatted away by Seaview Jeep, but it went out of bounds, so actually it's a foul. Sheard's shot didn't go, and he's got 2 to shoot at the stripe.
Yeah, nice job getting downhill. Took a lot of contact on that attempt. Good job just getting up near the rim, getting that shot up, and drawing the foul.
Sheard struggled in that first quarter. They're going to need him as he misses the first free throw. Hit a 3 earlier in the quarter. Braswell also struggled 1 of 6, and Taheen scored 40 in their first game, so he's another guy that you could maybe look to get going. As Sheard splits a pair. Long pass for Mabry, and he was too far under the rim. And they miss at point blank range. Here's Sheard. Driving, feeding to the corner. 3, no good. Off the side of the rim, left it short. Was Justin Serrano. Here's Mabry in the corner. 2 guys converge, and Mabry! And 1. Oh, they're going to call it on the floor. But a highlight reel play nonetheless.
Yeah, unfortunately, in the NBA, there is continuation. Fortunately, they didn't call it here, but what a flip by Mabry. He just drew the foul, knew he had some contact, and just tried to get what he could get, and unfortunately won't count, but a highlight reel play for Roy Mabry.
As that one doesn't go, and you see something every night as you see a steal from Xander Rice, and he tried to slam it down and couldn't.
Well, that's what they call the $1 million move and the 10-cent finish for Xander Rice. He's been one of the stars of this game so far, the rare miscue from Rice. Great play to just poke it free and then could not send down the tomahawk jam.
He tried, and then he sends a block. So Xander Rice doing it on all ends of the floor right now. Serrano feeds, 3 for Britt. Missed and hit the side of the backboard. Here's Rice, wide open, 3. Left it a little short. And they push the pace. Britt and Braswell threw it behind him.
Yeah, Britt, even if he had caught that one and went up for the layup, Xander Rice was right there on him. He might have gotten another block. I mean, Xander Rice has been doing it from both sides, like you said, Dan. Whether it's from the perimeter on offense or defense. Of course, he missed the dunk, but that's probably about the only thing that he's really done wrong so far tonight.
Some of his teammates in the stands watching as well. And he was a close-knit Monmouth group last year, and he was one of the reasons, as this is a deep 3 from Mabry, and Ryan couldn't hit it. Here's Britt. Feeds. Liba, a triple. Just missed it. Here's Xander Rice. Slicing through. The floater didn't go. Here's Braswell down the lane. Good feed inside. And the layup is good by Elijah Perkins.
Yeah, it's a great 3-man transition attack. Great job of drawing in the double team and then just a nice little pocket bounce pass for the easy layup.
Here's O'Garo. Feeds. Top of the key 3. Thought about was Mabry, and then O'Garo and 1. Tough shot for O'Garo, and he's got 1 more at the line.
Yeah, you see some of the intern helpers players not too pleased with that call. All motioning the same thing. They thought he kind of gave him a little bit of a chicken wing when he went up for the layup, but either way, it's a shooting foul and 1. And a nice job by Mabry of running the offensive attack from the perimeter. Draws in the defense, and same thing as before. The nice little pocket pass got him up for the layup.
Intern helpers having the same complaints as the Pittsburgh Penguins did in round 1 in 2022. with the chicken wing. Here's Braswell after the missed free throw, and he fires a three and left it short off the front of the rim. They have numbers if they want it. Mabry, nice pass inside to O'Gara, who finishes.
And Mabry and O'Gara are really seeing each other well right now. That's yet another opportunity for them to get a nice playmaking there, and this lead has opened up to 11 points now for CVG.
Terry Hicks doesn't like what he sees, calls a timeout, as with 5:24, his team's down 11 and almost halfway to halftime, and his team only has 21 points.
Yeah, they just have not been able to get the same rhythm offensively as they did in that first quarter. They've struggled from the perimeter, and they haven't really been able to get inside either. The defense hasn't been too bad, but the offense is going to have to step up.
And on the other hand, it's not like CVU Jeep has scored all that much either, but when you scored 32 points and you're up 11, there's a lot to be happy about.
Absolutely, and they're just not really in sync on the offensive end right now. A lot of kind of bobbled passes, just seeing each other half a step too late. And as the season goes on, that'll improve. It's natural. A lot of these guys haven't played with each other before, but for now on offense, it just looks a little bit out of sync, and I'm sure that's what they're talking about in the huddle and during the timeout.
As Perkins has it after the timeout, let's see what head coach Terry Hicks calls. He gets Braswell, who drives, might have traveled, but lays it up and in. As Demir thought the same thing. Here's Rice with his team up 9. Next whistle is a media timeout. Rice thought about the three, feeds to an open Roy Mabry, who missed it, left it short. Here's Britt, and another almost steal by Rice. Here's a wide open three. Sheard thought about it and then lost it out of bounds, and it'll go to CVU Jeep when we get back. They lead by 9, 32-23, expiring minutes of the first half. Welcome back to the JSPL. The week of July 9th, the Lemuel Law JSPL will host its first mid-season tournament, the Artstocks Royal Rumble. With a few new features, 32-minute games, winning teams will have to play a doubleheader on their opening night. Results will count in the regular season standings. Game will end with an Elam ending, the ending used in $1 million TBT. Game must end with a score. Target score of 8 points will be added to the team's leading score. As here's a three for Elijah Barnes, has left it short. Stoppage after first stop. I'm going to just read the rest of that afterwards, as I threw myself off. Rice inbounds to Ryan Mabry. Passes it to Demir, corner three, missed a shot. Tough rebound, ends in the hands of Kieran Sheard. Sheard pushing the pace, getting through the lane, and then missed at the rim. Demir pushing, Barnes! The slam. Barnes has looked good tonight. Here's Liba to Sheard. Getting in, kicking to the corner, a triple for Britt. Left it too long. Here's Ryan Mabry, nice shot off the glass.
And that was set up by his brother Roy. Ryan and Roy Mabry, it's just like they're back in the driveway as kids playing with each other, those brothers.
Villanova next level of chemistry from those two. As a three from Perkins off the side of the rim. Another chance for CVU to run in transition. Ryan to Roy. Does he return the favor? He couldn't do it. And then Perkins gets the rebound. Perkins slicing, Euroing to the lane, no good. Liba couldn't dunk the putback back in. Here's Rice, thought about the three, feeds to Ryan Mabry in the corner and hit the side of the backboard. Both teams struggling to score on the offensive end. Here's Braswell, a three. And the announcer's jinx couldn't be more real.
It hits all of us at some point.
As Braswell a three, and the lead back down to 10. Rice, step back, too strong. Mabry, the long rebound. And Roy's gonna reset. He feeds to Demir in the corner. Rice with 2 to shoot and was blocked. With 1 second to shoot on the clock.
Yeah, this was one of the first possessions for Seaview Jeep where it seems like they didn't have a whole lot going on in terms of their game plan on offense. A lot of moving around the perimeter, but not much action either towards the basket or out in the perimeter, as it looks like they called a timeout here to talk it over. But still, they've looked pretty good so far. Still up 10, 36 points with 2 minutes to go. Not too much so far, but they still maintain a double-digit lead.
Well, it's one of those games where you're like, Intern Helpers is going to come at you and play defense, and that's something that they've done the first 2 nights. But also, if you're Seaview Jeep, you know that they're not going to give you much on the other end of the floor from a contest offensively. So if you're Seaview Jeep, you can live with not scoring on every possession as long as you're holding them on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, one thing that I like that Seaview Jeep has done so far, it looks like they just have so much more of a plan, especially when they're working in transition. They know exactly where they need to be, and that set up a lot of easy buckets.
Transition, such an important part of any game, and when you can run it well, it really sets up your entire offense, and you can run it through that way. As O'Gara is going to inbound, and do they have enough time to even get a shot off, or is it going to have to be a lob? O'Gara gets it. Demir has to hoist it up, and couldn't quite. He got it off, but missed the net. Here's Perkins. Good pass to Libo, couldn't finish. Perkins gets it back. Foul line J, no good. And once again, another poor offensive possession for the Intern Helpers as Demir laid it up but couldn't lay it in. And the rebound controlled by Alex Liba. Here's Braswell running it up the floor. Transition 2 or 3, missed the net. Here's another transition. O'Gara slamming it down.
It's a great job by O'Gara, just kind of getting behind the defense for Intern Helpers and found himself an easy lane for the light slam.
Here's Sheard along the baseline, laying it up and in.
I feel like that's what they need more of. He just needs to go to work and get past some of the defenders. He's gotten to the rim and converts there. He has not been as consistent so far.
Here's Rice. After the make by Sheard. Rice, good feed to Demir. Got a jumping Liba and lays it up and in.
Look at the wrist by Xander Rice. That one looked way too easy, right through the middle of the lane. And now the lead is 12.
Didn't really play the role of point guard much at Monmouth as Liba tried to slam it in on the alley-oop, but really does a good job with his court vision as there's a layup for C.J. Ruoff and leads up to 14.
And once again, they just know exactly where they need to be in transition. For whatever reason, the Intern Helpers transition defense was not there in the middle of the floor.
And it hasn't been there at times tonight as that one was blocked but a foul. So Sheard has 2 at the line.
And once again, Sheard getting downhill towards the basket. That seems like where he's at his best, just breaking down the defender and getting towards the rim. And he's drawn a couple of fouls here so far, and that's kind of what they need more of. They need a guy at the point of attack who can just get past his defender and get to the rim.
As Sheard misses the first. When you're struggling to score from the field, you can't afford to miss foul line shots.
They're called free throws for a reason.
And he splits a pair at the line. Interestingly, his team was so confident that Sheard would make it as Rice thought about the 3. Euroing, good feed to Demir, who lays it up and in. Xander Rice doing it all for Seaview Jeep tonight. I don't think there is a differential between the shot and the game clock. So Intern could hold for the final shot. They don't. A wild layup attempt from Shear doesn't go, and then the putback off the side of the rim. Here's Rice with 8 seconds to shoot. Lobbing, it's forward to Mir, who lays it in. Intern has a chance to end with a buzzer beater. Liba didn't get it off, and wouldn't have counted anyway as he didn't get it in. Seaview Jeep up by 17 at the end of half number 1, taking control in the final 2 minutes of that half. We'll be right back after this halftime on the Jersey Shore. Welcome back to the start of the quarter number 3. Dan Yuzerski alongside Alec Crowdhamel. And Alec, what would you think, or should I say this, what are your thoughts on half number 1?
I thought it was a lot of good transition work for Seaview Jeep. Intern helpers just looked not a step slow, but they didn't really have much of a plan offensively, and I'm sure they're going to try to fix that in half number 2.
Only 29 points, an average of 14.5 a quarter, and that helps as Britt gets to the rim and lays it in.
Yeah, nice job of just getting downhill. And like I said, not as much. It looks like they're just a step behind each other. And as the season goes on, the familiarity grows, but early on, a little bit of growing pains.
As Rice, who had a good first, gives another feed to Garrow, couldn't finish. Liba, the rebound, and he gives it to Britt. Here's Britt, gives to Braswell, whose floater doesn't go. Braswell struggled again, now 3 of 12. As a 3 from Ryan Mabry, no good, and they're now 4 of 28 from downtown. Here's Perkins driving along the baseline, blocked by O'Garo, and then a block by Barnes, but a foul, and that'll send Alex Liba to the charity stripe.
Yeah, and much like in the first half and the second half so far, we're seeing a lot of downhill action by intern helpers, and it's looking like they're getting some more open lanes near the rim as they drew a foul there, and just got to start converting. Some of these layups that just aren't falling, they're going to fall as the game goes on. Just got to keep working at it.
Liba would love to hit a pair here, and he hits his first. Lead down to 13. Or make it 14. He could cut it to 13 with this shot. And he does. So Liba goes 2 for 2 at the line. And the lead down to 13. Here's Rice. Feeds to Roy Mabry, who tries a 3 in transition off the front of the rim, no good. Here's Perkins. Long 2, no good. Rebound Mabry. Looks like Seaview's been living and dying by the 3 tonight, and at times offensively, if they're not in transition, as Rice blocked away by Elijah Perkins. Braswell's got a man to beat. Braswell splits the lane, got it in.
That's a nice job splitting the double team. Just a little bit of a hesitation double clutch move, and he got it to go.
As Barnes almost had a tough shot and couldn't get it to fall. And then another steal by Xander Rice. Rice in transition. Rice to the corner. A 3 for Barnes. Got it.
That's an easy catch and shoot 3 for Elijah Barnes. But once again, Xander Rice has been so comfortable on offense and defense as the main guy, main ball handler on offense. He's been dealing tonight.
No Justin Robinson, and then a turn. Britt couldn't handle it and turns it over. Not what you want to be doing down 14.
Yeah, just one of those mental errors. He just lost the ball. Looked like it might have gone off his foot. But back to Rice. I mean, he just looks so comfortable as that main guy. His shot wasn't really falling in the second quarter, but he still made his impact with distributing and playing defense.
Here's Barnes. Gives Ryan Mabry's floater, no good. Here comes Sheard. Kieran Sheard, turnaround J. Money.
Nice job by Sheard. Once again, just being that main go-to guy that can break his man down off the dribble, and that time got the turnaround.
Here's Demir. Back in. Nice feed to Rice, who lays it up and in. Alahan Demir showing off the passing ability, and the lead back to 14.
Hey, roles kind of switched there. Demir is the main guy at the top of the key in the pick and roll, and that's not an easy pass to get down the lane like that.
And then Rice, the finish as well. Here's Liba along the baseline. Feeding outside to Sheard. Shot fake. Now he takes the 3 and couldn't make it. Another long pass to Demir. Good feed inside, and Alahan Demir showing off the passing ability again. O'Garo the finish, and the lead back to 16 as Terry Hicks calls timeout.
Yeah, that's a great job of just seeing your guy draw down to the hoop. Great cut, and that's a great pass and a great finish. Just a lot of good stuff going in the transition offense for Seaview Jeep. Everything's working for them up 16.
They had 14 assists at the half, and they've continued that trend early in quarter number 3. In the third, and these two teams trying to avoid losing a second for Seaview Jeep and a third consecutive game for intern helpers. We'll see if they have a little bit of a rally in their bones.
And if they want to do it, it's going to start at the rim. Just a lot of two-pointers near the rim that they just have not been able to get to fall. And Sheard's going to have to be at the head of that attack. He's been really good at just getting to his spots. He just hasn't hit at a consistent clip. But you're starting to see him try to find his lanes a little bit more so far in the third quarter.
It was just 2 of 9 in that first half as Perkins got into the lane, turnaround Jay, got it to go. Elijah Perkins has impressed on the floor tonight for the Intern Helpers.
Yeah, if not for Xander Rice, he might be one of the top players in this game, looking really efficient so far too.
Here's Ryan Mabry, finds Barnes, who finds Demir working on the block, and the pickpocket for Sheard. Here's Braswell, couldn't handle it, and the turnover.
Usually when you see a big guy get switched on to a smaller guard like that, he doesn't usually come out on top, but great job with the quick hands, just taking advantage of the mismatch.
As Xander Rice for 3, couldn't rattle it in, and then O'Garo almost brought the house down on the rebound and putback. Here's Braswell spinning along the baseline, turnaround shot, got it to go. Tough shot for Taheen. Braswell cuts the lead to 12.
Yeah, a couple of really tough jumpers here, and if those shots are starting to fall, they can kind of get into some easier offense.
Here's Rice in the corner. Driving, and a foul on the floor. No continuation there.
Yeah, nice job by Xander Rice, once again getting downhill. He drew the foul. But again, for Intern Helpers, if they're starting to get some of these tougher shots to fall, especially out on the perimeter near the mid-range, and CVU Jeep's going to have to guard that, and that makes it easier to get downhill.
Here's Xander Rice, 5:18 to play. He tries a 3 from the right wing. Xander Rice, another 3.
Yeah, since that red-hot first quarter, he kind of struggled from the perimeter, but just seeing that one go down has to feel good.
As Sheard was fouled by Demir, and he's got 2 at the line. It's only converted at a 50% clip tonight.
Once again, Sheard just getting downhill and attacking the basket. He's been the main guy to put pressure on the rim, and I mean, if Intern Helpers want a shot to get back into this game, like I've said multiple times actually, he's going to be at the head of that attack going downhill and try and get some either easy baskets or foul shots.
As his first goes here. Lead back down to 14 with 5:01 to play in the third quarter. And then a whistle.
I guess Sheard got a warm-up shot.
It would stink if he missed this one. Good thing he didn't. Here's Xander Rice. Finds an open Mabry, who drives. Good feed to Barnes, and then Barnes was hacked and whacked and will be shooting 2.
Yeah, we haven't seen a ton out of the Mabry, Roy and Ryan brothers so far in this third quarter, but a nice job of just once again getting in a good position, nice court vision to just dump it down low. And after this break, we'll have some more free throws for CVU Jeep.
Welcome back. 4:43 to play in the third quarter as Elijah Barnes has 2 shots at the charity stripe. His first was left short.
And Barnes back with CFU Jeep for the first time in a couple of years after he helped them win a championship. He played for Princeton for 4 years. So pretty strong career here in New Jersey for him.
And that's no slouch to play basketball at either of a school. I think a lot of people would love to be able to go play basketball at one of the most prestigious universities in the country.
And we'll see another one of those guys, former Princeton player, Zach Martini, up in this next game for Stearns Trailer.
As a 3 from Menegas doesn't go. And as a Rutgers guy, I have to ask you, how excited are you for this infusion of new guys to be on the roster come the fall?
I mean, excitement, I feel like, is a bit of an understatement. This might be the most hyped year for Rutgers basketball in a very long time. I mean, you got 2 of the 3 top players in the country coming in the freshman recruiting class, and then you brought in some strong guys in the portal, another one of which, Jordan Durkak, has already put up some strong numbers here. So a lot of excitement for Steve Peichel and company this upcoming year.
Are you having them as the safe favorites to win the Big Ten? If Sheard, nice shot, turnaround went.
It's tough to say. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns in the Big Ten. Purdue's going to be a team to watch out for, especially without Zach Edey. Indiana brought in a ton of talent, so it's a wait and see for the Big Ten, in my opinion.
As that shot by Demir was left short. Here's Sheard. Didn't get it to go, and the putback by Menegas no good as well. And off of Intern Helpers.
Even though they lost the ball there, Sheard only at 6'2". He doesn't play at that height. He's up at the rim and always fighting for those loose balls on the rebounds. He's playing hard tonight.
Here's Xander Rice. Getting a screen from Demir, splitting the lane, laying it up and in. And that's how good Xander Rice is, that he can score at all 3 levels with ease like he just did there.
I thought he might have gotten an and one there, too. He took a bit of a shoulder from Sheard. Didn't matter, got the easy layup.
Here's Braswell getting a friendly roll and cutting the lead back down to 12.
Yeah, it seems like we're seeing some more scoring here. First half was a little bit slower, but these teams are really starting to get into a rhythm on offense.
It's been 21 in this third for, or actually 18 in the third for Intern Helpers. Only 13 in this third for CVU Jeep, and that's going to be a turnover. A backcourt violation and an ill-advised pass.
Yeah, it looked like Menegas was trying to just reset at the top of the key and just kind of whip that ball all the way back into the backcourt. And they've done a pretty good job so far of limiting those mental errors in the third quarter, but that one's going to hurt because they've really started to get into a rhythm offensively, and now CVU Jeep has a chance to put some more points on the scoreboard.
They've only put for 13 up in the third, and Rice tried to add to it there, couldn't, with the 3. Here's Sheard. Step back, 3, got it. Another triple for Kieran Sheard, and he's single-handedly getting them back into this game.
Yeah, the gravity of him going to the rim was really shown there. Roy Mabry kind of playing off a little bit, trying to make sure he didn't drive to the rim, so he just pulled up and drained it.
As Ryan Mabry, well, that's actually C.J. Ruoff driving along the baseline and getting the deuce. Here's Sheard again, laying it up and in.
He is absolutely carrying this Intern Helpers offensive attack, whether it's from the outside or the inside. He is doing such great work right now. He's come alive in this third quarter.
Here's Rice off the dribble, drives along the baseline. We'll kick it out to O'Garo, and O'Garo step back 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound tip to Rice. Rice tries a triple of his own, rattled out. CVU Jeep getting open shots, just not converting as well as they were in the final 2 minutes of quarter number 2. Here's a turnover. Rice to Mabry. They run the floor so well. And it's another transition basket.
Yeah, it's another one of those forced turnovers by yourself. Just lost handle of the dribble. O'Gara does a great job of taking advantage, and another easy transition possession.
As Perkins tried to answer with the 3 off the mark. Rice has been so good tonight. Has it here. Kicks. O'Garo, another 3 attempts. No good on this one as well. Under a minute to play in quarter number 3. Here is Sheard. Another long 3, and this time couldn't hit the mark. Braswell's rebound and putback no good as well. And Roy Mabry the rebound. Here's Xander Rice in transition. Feeds to Demir. Corner 3 is good for CJ Ruoff.
It's a nice job of just using the strong side, inside out on the give, and an open corner 3. Just a great job of some nice ball movement.
And CVG back to that strong offensive possession, and then O'Garo reached in with 19 and a half seconds remaining in quarter number 3.
It really does feel like they've made up a lot of ground Intern Helpers have here in this third quarter. But even then, I mean, it's a 14-point game. They trailed by 17 at halftime, so they haven't made up that much ground, but they have played a lot better. You can just tell from the eye test. But even then, Seaview Jeep's done a good job of just making the right plays to keep their lead at an arm's length.
We have a whistle on the floor. I believe they were taking a look at the shot clock. A 3-second differential. 17 seconds left to play in quarter number 3. Here's Britt to the lane. No good. A rebound. Ruoff. Seaview Jeep can hold for the final shot as the shot clock's turned off with 8 seconds to go now. 5. Demir. 4. Spinning. Finds Roy Mabry at the buzzer. No good. And that ends an eventful third quarter where Seaview Jeep takes a 14-point lead heading into quarter number 4. It's been a strong performance through 3 for them. Can they close it out and get their first win of the year? We'll see next after this. Start of the fourth quarter here in Manasquan, New Jersey. JSBL action in game number 1 between Seaview Jeep and Intern Helpers. Here's Xander Rice. Finds James Butler. Here's Ryan Mabry, fouled on the foul line J.
And for Seaview Jeep, they're just trying to close this game out. A 14-point lead. Interesting because Intern Helpers definitely played a lot better, led by the offensive attack of Kieran Sheard, up to 18 points now for him, but didn't make a big dent in the scoreboard. They're still down 14 after they're down 17 after 2 quarters. So, I mean, if Intern Helpers wants to come back in this game, they not only need to score, which they did much better in the third quarter, but they need a lot of stops too.
Which is something that, even though Seaview Jeep only scored 20 as Ryan Mabry splits a pair, they were leaving a lot of open shots for Seaview Jeep, and they just weren't really hitting them. Another steal, this time by O'Garo, trying to go coast to coast. He finds Rice, who lays it up and in. Xander Rice up to 20 points after that layup. 28 and 5. 20 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds for Xander tonight.
Yeah, just another example of how well the CVG team runs the floor in transition. Xander Rice was right there for the pass from O'Garo. Easy layup.
Here's Braswell. Turnaround jumper goes. Braswell has been so good from inside, too. He's now 5 of 9. Really where he's been bad is the 3 as CJ Ruoff. Long 3-point ball And that didn't even touch the rim as it went down.
For whatever reason, Ruoff was left wide open on the perimeter. No one picked him up, and that's just an easy catch and shoot triple.
As Braswell's mid-range gets the friendly bounce. And this is a difference. Braswell, 60% from 2 now, only 25% from 3. Here's Ruoff, got it inside to Butler. His first shot of the night is no good. He gets the rebound and the putback no good as well, but he was fouled and has a chance for 2 at the stripe.
Yeah, not too often you get your own rebound on a fadeaway jumper. But nice balance there to just get to the ball and go right back up with it, and he's rewarded himself with 2 free throws.
8:26 to play. A chance to extend the lead to 18, which would be the largest of the night. Butler converts on his first. Butler's second one is good, and it's now 74-56. Seaview Jeep closing in on their first win of the 2024 season. Britt thought about the 3, now takes a 2 from the line, no good, rebounded by Butler. Here's Xander Rice, gets a screen, driving in, floating one up and blocked. But I think they're gonna call a goaltend.
Yeah, it's great explosiveness off the dribble by Xander Rice. And it was a good attempt at the block, but just a little bit too late. It looked like from the angle he was at, he had a shot to block it before it hit the backboard, but just a tad late. And that's 2 more points, and now his lead has ballooned to 20 for CVG.
As good as that part of the third quarter, as a 3 from Serrano is good. And cutting the lead to 17. Oh, good passing here. A wide open 3 for Mabry doesn't go, and that one went over the backboard.
Yeah, shot didn't go in, but again, the ball movement and the transition play of CVU Jeep is why they're up by 17 right now. They've just been so comfortable at getting to their spots and finding outside shots on the perimeter. If they start to hit their 3s at a more consistent clip, they could be dangerous.
Braswell lobbing it, and Leiba wasn't on the same page. Here's Ruoff. He's been effective in his minutes tonight, and he lays it up and in.
That was a nice move with the left hand. Just switching hands and flipped it up with the left to try to shield himself from the defender, and he converted.
19-point lead for Seaview Jeep. 7:10 to play. Here's Kieran Shear, long 3, and a long hit. Kieran Shear doing everything to try to keep the intern helpers in it. They're down by 16. Rice, offensive foul.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of pushed off there. But back to Sheard. I mean, he has been a flamethrower in this second half. Third quarter in particular, but in that fourth quarter, I mean, that was a deep 3, and he cashed it like it was nothing. That wasn't wide open either. He had a hand in his face. He has been lights out so far today. The main contributor on offense for intern helpers. Unfortunately, I don't know if it'll be enough.
Barnes and Demir check in for O'Garo and Butler. Sheard feeds Serrano another 3. Didn't get that one. And the Demir tips the rebound to Rice, his 6th rebound of the night. Oh, look at the pass from Ryan Mabry to Ruoff, who's wide open on the 3, and he converts.
Yeah, again, Mabry and Ruoff just working really well with each other. Just a nice back and forth game. We've seen that for a few possessions now, especially in this fourth quarter.
Here's Perkins. Up top, Serrano. Euros in. Nice feed to Leiba, who slams it down. A flush for Leiba. Cuts the lead to 17.
Yeah, Serrano's looked a lot more comfortable in this fourth quarter, just operating on the perimeter and getting downhill. And a nice, nifty feed there for the open dunk.
Here's Ryan Mabry. Has played effective with some good passes. He gives to Demir. Demir driving in, and that one was blocked, but off of Alex Leiba.
Nice job by Leiba, using his length there. It was a nifty move to get down low, and then he just timed it really well. All ball there, no chance of a block.
Head coach Tyler Schmeling calls timeout with 5 seconds left, going to try to draw up something. And Seaview Jeep scored only 81 points tonight, so it's going to be probably another night under 100. But still, you got to give some credit. Defensively, both of these teams have played pretty well tonight.
They really have. I mean, granted, I would say some more of it is due to the fact that neither team has been too consistent, especially from three in terms of making shots. But, I mean, they've looked locked in on defense. Intern helpers, while their offense kind of didn't really wake up until the third quarter, their defense has been really good throughout. And unfortunately for them, it just hasn't been enough. But CVG has been really solid on defense, too. They've made some nice plays in the passing lanes and just poking the ball free. They've made the right plays at the right time, and it's rewarded. They are being rewarded with a 17-point lead.
That they are. Rice has. It's going to be Ruoff the inbound. Let's see what they draw up here. Here's Ruoff off the inbound. It was Ryan Mabry. Ruoff's got to get it up, and he couldn't quite get it in. Liba tipped the rebound to Sheard. Here's Kieran Sheard spinning, driving in, floating one up, and no good. He gets his own rebound and puts it back in.
Yeah, once again, Sheard playing bigger than his size. Kind of got knocked behind a little bit on the layup attempt, but just went right back up with it. Nice second jump to get the tip-in layup. He's been all energy all game long for Intern helpers.
Here's Xander Rice feeding to the corner. Ruoff an open three. Couldn't hit it. That was actually Ryan Mabry. Here's Demir and lost it, but off of Intern helpers.
Now, Mabry couldn't hit the shot, but for Xander Rice on that pass, that's called passing your man open. He wasn't totally in his spot in the corner, but Rice just put it in a lane where he found himself an open look. Didn't fall, but another great play for Rice, who's been one of the stars tonight.
Here's Ruoff. Jab step. Drives on Liba. Spins. Lays it up and in. And CJ Ruoff has had a nice fourth quarter. And the lead back up to 17 as we approach under 5 minutes to play. Here's Perkins. Couldn't get it, but he was fouled, and that'll take us to our final media timeout of the night of game number 1. Seaview Jeep closing in on their first one of the season. Welcome back to the JSBL. You know, you never know who's going to show up into the gym on any given night, and tonight we have a special one. Lloyd Sweet Pea Daniels, JSBL legend and former NBA guard with the Spurs and other stops along the way in the building, taking in some action tonight.
Absolutely. We really never know who you will see, especially in a state and really an area like the New York, New Jersey area, as rich in history of basketball as it is. You never know who you'll see, as you know, this gym's been getting progressively more packed as the night's gone on. There's a lot of excitement here.
A lot of Rutgers red in the crowd tonight. These Rutgers fans excited to see their guys take on some action, and excited to see what each of these games hold. As ACI Robinson is playing in the black jerseys tonight, have game number 2 at Stearns Trailer, who's trying to extend their winning streak to 20. Here's Xander Rice, driving, spinning, putting one up, and couldn't get it to go in.
That's probably the first time tonight where I'm thinking that Xander Rice could have made the extra pass, but with how he's looked tonight, I give him the benefit of the doubt.
As right down the other end, Kieran Sheard with the layup, and the lead's down to 13 with 4:20 to play.
There's still some time left in this game. This game is not over yet, especially with how Sheard's been looking.
Here's a three for Ryan Mabry, no good. Rebound by Demir. Rice has it in the corner, an open three, couldn't make it. As we approach 4 minutes to play in quarter number 4. Here's Braswell, who's looked good inside tonight, and he lost it. That one was poked away by Ruoff, but his momentum took him out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, with the ball now, this game is nowhere near over for Intern helpers. They just need a couple of quick buckets to get this below into single digits, and I mean, we got a whole new ball game here.
Here's Sheard, has carried the torch in the second half. Tries it long, too, didn't get it to go. Liba fighting for the rebound, and it ends in the hands of Alahan Demir. Here is Demir, driving, kicking out to Ruoff. Long three, left it short. Ooh, good pass to Braswell. He tries a three. They need it, and they got it. 10-point game with 3:25 to play.
And once again, I mean, that's a nice rhythm transition three. This game is not over yet. CVU Jeep's going to have to get some more points on the board because it looks like Intern Helper's offense is really waking up.
Here's Rice, a guy that could do it for him. Gets doubled. Rice was left open for a second on the three, and he couldn't make him pay. Here's Serrano. Transition to Perkins. Perkins under the rim. Got it to go. The lead's down to 8.
That's really good patience under the rim. Waited for his teammates to get back. Waited for the defense to set up a little bit. Found a spot. And, I mean, it's an 8-point game. We've seen stranger things happen in the game of basketball.
Here's Ruoff. Tough shot. Didn't get it to go. Rebound to him. Demir, a three. Couldn't get it. And here comes Intern Helpers on a run. Serrano after the long pass from Sheard. Lays it in. Timeout. Justin Serrano and Kieran Sheard beautifully execute the run.
Yeah, now it's Intern Helpers getting out in transition and making some really nice plays. And CVU Jeep, they've gotten a little bit too perimeter heavy in these last couple of minutes, just kind of shooting threes to try to get some more points on the board, and they haven't been hitting. They got to get a little bit more patient because this, once again, is a ball game. They were down as much as 20 earlier on in the second half. And
even in this quarter.
Yeah, now it's a 2-possession game. I think CVU Jeep just needs to take a deep breath, kind of slow down their offense a little bit. They still have the full 24 on the shot clock to work with. They got to take a little bit more time off the clock. They've been a little bit too three heavy these last couple possessions. Just slow it down a little bit and find your shot, and don't let Intern Helpers get back in transition, which they've been able to do to get back into this game.
While we have the time, I'm going to give a shout out. Happy birthday to the Stearns Trailer General Manager, Ronnie. Turning 81 today, is the architect of back-to-back champions and a team that holds currently a 19-game winning streak. What a birthday present it would be for him if his team could extend it to 20.
And they've got a stacked unit. Both Durkak brothers, Jordan and Aiden in the building, Zach Martini already here. There's a lot of talent here in this building, especially for Stearns Trailer.
Geo Baker expected to play tonight as well, as they inbound it to Rice. 2:30 to play. With the Intern Helpers pressuring CVU Jeep, who's led comfortably all night. Rice, have to wonder if it's his, he gives it up. Here's Demir. Demir, good feed to O'Gara, who lays it in. Alahan Demir, what a pass.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. Just slow it down a little bit and find your spots. That's exactly what they did, and that's a huge bucket to keep this lead up.
Here's Perkins, finds Serrano, who's had a good fourth quarter. Turnaround shot doesn't go, left it too strong. Rebounded by Alahan Demir. Here's O'Gara running the floor, laying it up and laying it in. A friendly bounce, and the lead right back up to 10 with under 2 to play.
Yeah, O'Gara's aggressiveness these last two possessions have been huge, just getting to the basket and putting up a shot.
Here's Kieran Sheard. Long three, they need it, and they got it! Kieran Sheard, how do you do?
Wow, what a shot by Sheard. And the third quarter was a lot of getting to the rim and just putting up a shot, but this time he's been all over the perimeter, draining threes from all over the gym. We're headed for an exciting finish here.
Here's Rice. Gave himself a little space and trying to burn as much time as possible. Rice driving, laying it up, and no good. Fight for the rebound. Liba controls it, but he threw it to Elijah Barnes, who stole it, laid it up, and the foul.
Yeah, that's a right place, right time for Elijah Barnes. Was fighting for the rebound, and it looked like Intern Helpers was kind of falling out of bounds. And that's just a great grab by Barnes. Puts up a strong layup and gets the contact, too. And that is a huge turn of events. That's could be a 5, maybe 6-point swing, as Intern Helpers couldn't get a look on the other end off the rebound.
Ilahat Demir came up limping after that one. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. He's been a huge stabilizing force on both ends of the floor for Seaview Jeep. Looks like he's working out that left leg, just kind of raising it up, trying to stretch it out.
A minute to play. Barnes missed the free throw, and Liba gets the layup after a good pass. 52 seconds to play. 7-point game. Intern Helpers in need of a stop. Barnes lost it. Liba the steal. Here comes Liba. He's going to slam it in. 5-point game.
Liba's energy has been huge these last two possessions. Great job of just poking it free and taking it all the way. I mean, there's still about 15 seconds separating shot and game clock. Feels like Rice has got to have the ball here with the shot.
Rice driving. What a kick. And then blocked. Serrano the block. Here he comes. Serrano to the lane. Serrano lays it in. 3-point game. Rice, they're going to have to foul now, and they do. They'll send Rice to the line for 2 shots.
The intensity for Intern Helpers has been turned up to 100 these last few minutes. Just a great job of just getting to the hole, and they have been hitting at a much more efficient and consistent clip, especially at the basket. They've just clawed and scratched their way back into this game, and now it's a one-possession game, but Xander Rice feels like the pressure's on him as it has been all game long on both ends of the floor. Can try to put a cushion into the lead.
A huge 2 for Xander Rice at the line. His first one is good with 15.4 to play.
You have to imagine with a, kind of need a 3 situation that the ball is going to be in the hands of Sheard.
Rice goes 2 for 2. They get it to Perkins. They need a quick 3. Perkins tries a 3. Got it! And it's a 2-point game.
They are just not going down without a fight. And it looks like Seaview Jeep takes a timeout. I mean, what a job in these last few minutes. The offense was not there all night long for Intern Helpers. They've woken up. The defense has been there, and now they're converting on the offensive end. They have completely woken up over these last few minutes, and still a 2-point game. I mean, this game is nowhere near over.
They've scored 37 in the quarter, outscoring Seaview Jeep by 12. The timeout will advance the ball, so it's an NBA style of rule. So that's a nice and smart decision by Tyler Schmeling of Seaview Jeep. And Intern Helpers is going to have to foul or force a turnover.
And of course, you probably what the strategy is if you're on defense, you can get a guy in the corner, get him stuck, try to trap and double and just take the ball away. I say you give it 3 or 4 seconds. 4 might be a little bit too much. Give it about 3 seconds if you can't get a turnover, and then just go with the foul.
Let's see what they do. Shot clock turned off. Seaview Jeep trying to hold on for dear life. O'Garo inbounds. Oh my God, he threw it away. Rice has it, and then he's fouled.
Oof. I'm sure the blood pressure for everyone in this gym rose just a little bit when that ball went over Xander Rice's head. But a good job of just getting after it. Now he'll have 2 free throws. That's kind of what you got to do. Just get it in by any means necessary and get to the line. And now Rice is going to be relied upon once again.
The guy you'd want at the line for a pair was so good at Monmouth at the free throw line, was one of the best shooters in the NCAA in his 5th year, and he's got his first one. Not rattled in the clutch situations.
That's one of those things you just can't really teach. You have it or you don't. Xander Rice certainly has it.
Oh, and he misses the second, but a rebound by Barnes, and that's going to do it. As Rice is fouled, and they had the chance and couldn't corral the rebound.
Well, the broadcaster's jinx struck again, but thankfully for me, Elijah Barnes came in and saved the day. Just an unlucky bounce for Intern Helpers. They had a shot down 3, but just could not come up with the rebound. Now Xander Rice has an opportunity to almost ice this game with 3 seconds left.
His first one's good. He's got one more at the line. and he's good. And then timeout by Terry Hickson and Intern Helpers.
Yeah, that'll probably just about do it. A 5-point lead, even though, you know, the 4-point play is not very likely. It's always possible, so getting that 5-point lead to secure it as a 2-possession game is always huge. And, I mean, I said it before, Xander Rice just has that clutch in him where, you know, if you need him to make 2 big free throws to extend your lead, he's got you. Even if he missed that second one on the first try, he came up big once again. And a wild comeback attempt. Intern Helpers, they should be proud of the way that they just fought minute after minute, possession after possession in this fourth quarter, but it just was not enough. Seaview Jeep did just enough to come away with this one. But Intern Helpers, I mean, if they can play the offensive game like they did in this fourth quarter, and they can couple it with the defensive effort that they've had all game long, definitely watch out.
I agree, and you're right. And I think the biggest difference is a little bit more of selfless basketball by the Intern Helpers in quarter number 4 has led to them being more efficient on the offensive end. Still some time here. Let's see what they try to do. Braswell to inbound. He gets sheared, and double coverage. Didn't get the shot off, and that ends Seaview Jeep's first win of the year. They take down and hang on against the Intern Helpers by a score of 94-89, and Xander Rice once again coming out and showing out.
Absolutely. He was the catalyst all game long on offense and defense for Seaview Jeep, whether it was getting in the passing lane or distributing on offense as the main ball handler. He was huge when he was relied upon for Seaview Jeep.
We'll see what his final points total is, and was trending towards a triple-double. I'm not sure if he quite got there, but continues to impress everyone that gets to see him in this gym, and we'll see what he has to say, as he'll definitely be the star of tonight's game number 1, and starting to see some folks clear out and head for the exit. But don't leave the stream. Stick around for game number 2. Rice with 27 points, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals and a block. Very good night for him, and we'll get the opportunity to potentially talk to him for our player of the game interview. We'll be right back with Xander Rice after this. tonight's star of the game, Xander Rice. Xander, a very strong scoring night. Played defense very well in all facets of the game. How did it feel getting back out here tonight?
It was good. You could hear I'm still a little bit out of breath. It was my first time playing a real game in a little while, but it felt good. It's always fun playing in the JSBL.
You had such a great 5th year at Monmouth, so many great moments. That shot against Campbell's obviously going to be the first one that comes to mind for everyone. What's your plan for after this year?
Still figuring things out, but just signed with an agent and stuff like that. Seeing what overseas opportunities present themselves, and kind of going from there, hoping for the best.
And then you were just overseas in Italy. How was that trip?
Man, it was amazing. It was nice because I wasn't playing. I wasn't on the team, so I was kind of just on vacation out there. That's why I was a little bit gassed tonight, and my legs got a little heavy. But it was amazing. It was like the experience of a lifetime, especially being with my family. So it was awesome.
The intern helpers were able to cut it to 3 at the end of that one. What did head coach Tyler Schmeling say to you guys in that timeout?
Yeah, it's always just keep sharing the ball, getting good shots, playing team basketball, and kind of just guarding. Sometimes it could kind of get a little up and down in this league, and the team who guards best and plays the best team ball is the one that's going to come out on top.
Now, Jared playing in game number 2, how many blocks do you think he's got tonight?
I don't know, man. Hopefully he's playing defense. I think he's more worried about the scoring right now and working on his offense. But he's definitely gonna do for a couple.
And then Sam as well.
Yeah, Sam will hit a bunch of threes. Get his teammates involved. What Sam's gonna do. He does what he does. Runs the team.
All right, that's Xander Rice, star of game number 1. Seaview Jeep takes it 94-89.
Yes, sir.